This is making me laugh already, but a question I get a lot is, do I ever yell at my students? I think, we see people on social media or in movies or TV, and we have the sense of who they are, right? Like who I think I am might be a very different person than who you might think that I am. And so if you watch my channel, you know that I love teaching. I really deeply care for my students. I care about the work that I do and it's important to me. Overall, I'd say I'm an optimistic person and I really love life. But of course I get mad. Of course I yell at students. Of course I raise my voice and I lose my cool and I do things that sometimes I regret. But on my best days, if I yell, I do it with some sort of strategy. Here's why that is effective for me. And I'm in no way saying that you should go out and start yelling at your students or start raising your voice in class, because just being loud and yelling all the time just makes kids not listen to you. I think the reason it's effective when I do it is because I so seldom do. I've talked about this before, but every so often, whenever it kind of hits me, I'll just tell my students, like before they go, that I deeply care for them. I let them know. I want everyone in this room to know that I care so much about you and who you are and who you become. And I just think that you should know that before you leave my room today. And I see a lot of kids get that it hits them and I think that they walk out feeling a little bit differently than when they came in. However, sometimes we all know there's that one student or those 6 students or 10 or whatever you got that just don't listen. They just don't get it. It's almost like you're trying to stop them from going into a burning building and you keep saying, no, it's not safe. It's on fire. You're going to get hurt if you go in there. But they still go, nah, I got this. I'm going anyway. And they just walk into the building anyway. And some come out all right, some learn from their mistake, and some get lost to the fire. And that makes me crazy. I think the hardest thing about being a teacher is caring sometimes more for your students than they care for themselves. And some of that might just be because they're young and because they haven't finished developing yet. But sometimes I think it's because the noise of the world is trying to sell them something else so much that they're not good enough, that they're not lovable, that your mom doesn't tell you she loves you and your father doesn't ever give you a hug, that your teachers have told you you'll never amount to anything, that you're in the 9th grade and you're on a 2nd grade reading level, that you're 17 and you're in the 10th grade, that you're in 2nd grade and you still can't tie your shoes or ride a bicycle. And that noise can be so overwhelming, you can't hear what other people are trying to say to you. You can't even grasp the kindness or the words of love or the affection or the sticker on your desk or the star at the top of your test that you got 100% on. That noise from the outside can be so loud, it deadens anything else. And so sometimes I do get loud. Sometimes that stuff wells up inside of me and I see a child who's going to make bad choices or continues to make bad choices, and it makes me want to yell. And I don't yell because I'm mad at someone. I never yell at someone just to crush them, to make them feel bad, to make them feel guilty. It's always because I'm trying to break through the noise of all the crap that they're constantly getting fed from somewhere else. And so yes, I yell at my students. I yell at them because I love them, because I want them to do better, because I want them to make good choices, because I want them to know overall that I care for them more than they could possibly understand. And I yell at them and I tell them, you are worth it and I care and I will never, ever, ever give up on you no matter what. And when someone tells you you're less than that, you can tell them to shut the hell up because Reynolds told you otherwise. And that's it. Peace.